Everyone, a quick update. So went out on St. John's River today. Wanted to test out the new 360. Had a little bit of a cold front come in, so I wanted to check up underneath these mats. Wanted to show you what I was punching. What I'm doing is I'm looking for something different in there. I'm looking for like some sticks poking out, more thick vegetation than you normally would see inside of these mats. Just anything looks different. I'm looking for any kind of movement underneath these mats, like fish moving. And what I'm doing is I'm just targeting those areas, kind of moving through it quickly. If I'd caught one, I would have slowed down a little bit. As far as my setup, I'm using the Fitzgerald. This is the Okeechobee Rod 7.6 heavy, and I'm throwing a 1 ounce weight on there. I got 65-pound braid. I'm using the Versa braid. Also have the VLD, Fitzgerald VLD rod, or sorry, reel, and it does have the 8:1 ratio. I can quickly retrieve it back, see how fast I'm getting it back to the boat. That way, also, if I hook up on a fish, I want to get them out of that vegetation as fast as possible. The reel is real strong. It has 20-pound drag, so it'll handle any of these big bass I need to pull out of these mats. And what I'm doing, I'm just going through and I'm just targeting these areas. I'm looking for anything, like I said, isolated pads. I'm targeting those. Even though I have a 1 ounce weight, what I'm doing is I'm making sure also I'm not splashing it in. See, I'm kind of laying it in the pads and letting it fall through. 1 ounce was fine. Some of the vegetation was a little thick. I probably would have needed a 2 ounce to get through. That's fine. I just drag it across the top until I'm able to break away and get it to drop down inside these mats. But the fish sit right up underneath there. Bop it a couple times.
Reel in.
If it moves freely, nothing to worry about.
Reel in.
Sorry, my
Reel it
daughter
out.
got
Reel.
line right here. I did fish with my daughter. This one here, again, isolated patch. This is right near a dock, and this was deeper water, so it's sitting in about 5.5, 6 foot of water. Again, another great spot for bass to sit. The sun was up, so it does heat up a lot faster and warm up underneath those mats. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of picking it apart. I'm going around the mat. These fish get lazy when it gets cold like this, especially these Florida bass. They get kind of lethargic. So I just want to pick it apart. I want to pick around the outside edges. Again, flipping, letting it drop down to the bottom, and then bop it up a couple times. If it feels anything feels different or feels firm, I'm going to pop it up. I'm using these Spearpoint hooks. Spearpoint hooks have that unique bend in them. These are extra heavy wire hooks. So when I set the hook on this one, you would see me pull straight up. I'm gonna pull straight up on the rod, which will put it right in the roof of the mouth. And again, usually you need pliers to get these things unstuck. So yeah, I just went through and flipped the docks, flipped the different vegetation, flipped around, and this is what we came up with.